Soon to depart for the Netherlands, are you? And need to know which foods to try? You found the best channel for food and travel. Let's dive in and find out together right now. Today we're venturing into a different kind of fuel. The kind that keeps your stomach happy and your taste buds entertained. We're talking about food, specifically the culinary delights of the Netherlands. So buckle up, grab a napkin and maybe a cup of tea. If you're feeling adventurous, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of the top 10 iconic foods in the Netherlands. The Stroop Waffle. Imagine, if you will, two thin, crispy wafers, almost like a very thin, very delicate biscuit. Now sandwich those wafers together with a generous layer of caramel syrup, the kind that's rich and buttery and sticks to your fingers in the most delightful way. That, my friends, is the essence of a Stroop Waffle. But it's not just about the taste, oh no. The Stroop Waffle has a history as rich and layered as its caramel filling. Legend has it that this treat originated in the charming city of Gouda, known for its cheese, yes, but also for its sweet secret. Picture this: a baker, resourceful and inventive, gathers up leftover crumbs and dough from his shop. He mixes them with syrup, creating a simple yet satisfying treat for his family. Today, Stroop Waffles are a beloved Dutch staple, enjoyed at breakfast, as a midday snack, or really any time a craving for something sweet and comforting strikes. And the best way to enjoy them, perched precariously on top of a steaming cup of coffee or tea, of course. Now, for something a little different, let's talk about herring, or as the Dutch call it, haring. Now, I know what you're thinking, raw fish? Isn't that a bit, well, pungent? And yes, herring does have a rather, shall we say, distinctive aroma. But trust me on this one, when prepared properly, typically cured in salt and served with chopped onions and sometimes pickles, it's a surprisingly delicious and refreshing treat. The Dutch have a particular way of eating herring, a sort of graceful head-tilted maneuver that involves lowering the fish into your mouth, tail first. It's a sight to behold, really, and a rite of passage for any visitor to the Netherlands. Herring is more than just a food in the Netherlands, it's woven into the fabric of their culture. For centuries, it's been a staple of the Dutch diet, a source of protein and omega-3 fatty acids that sustain fishermen and their families. Today you'll find herring stalls dotting the streets of Amsterdam and other Dutch cities, each one a testament to this enduring culinary tradition. Now, let's talk about something a little sweeter, something that will satisfy your inner child poffertjes. Imagine, if you will, tiny, fluffy pancakes, each one no bigger than a tablespoon, cooked to golden perfection in a special cast iron pan. These miniature delights are like the love child of a pancake and a Yorkshire pudding, with a texture that is both airy and slightly chewy. And the best part? They're typically served with a generous dusting of powdered sugar and a knob of butter, which melts enticingly into all the nooks and crannies. Poffertjes are a common sight at festivals and markets throughout the Netherlands, their aroma wafting through the air like a siren song, beckoning you closer. You'll often find them served in cardboard trays, piping hot and dusted with that irresistible powdered sugar. The Dutch have been enjoying poffertjes for centuries, their origins dating back to the Middle Ages. In those days, they were a common street food, enjoyed by people from all walks of life. Today, they remain a beloved treat, a symbol of Dutch culinary heritage. Now, let's move on to something a little more savory, something that pairs perfectly with a cold beer on a chilly evening, Bitterbalin. These little balls of joy are a staple of Dutch pub culture, and for good reason. Imagine, if you will, a creamy, savory mixture of slow-cooked beef broth, butter, flour and spices, all rolled together into bite-sized balls, then breaded and deep-fried to golden perfection. That, my friends, is the essence of a bitterbal. Bitterballen are typically served with mustard, and for good reason. The sharp, tangy flavor of the mustard cuts through the richness of the bitterbal, creating a flavor combination that is both satisfying and Moorish. These deep-fried delights are the perfect accompaniment to a cold beer, their savory flavors complementing the crispness of the beverage perfectly. In fact, it's practically a law in the Netherlands that you can't have one without the other. So, the next time you find yourself in a cozy Dutch pub, be sure to order a plate of bitterballen and a cold beer. As the days grow shorter and the air turns crisp, there's nothing quite like a bowl of steaming soup to warm you from the inside out. And in the Netherlands, no soup does that quite like erwtensoep, a hearty pea soup that is as comforting as it is delicious. Now, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill pea soup. Oh no, this is a soup that has been simmered for hours, the flavors of split peas, smoked sausage, pork, celery, onions and leeks all melding together to create a symphony of taste that is both rustic and refined. The Dutch have been enjoying erwtensoep for centuries, its origins dating back to a time when hearty, stick-to-your-ribs meals were essential for survival during the long, cold winters. Today, it remains a beloved wintertime tradition, a symbol of Dutch culinary heritage. You can enjoy it as a light lunch with a slice of crusty bread, or as a more substantial dinner with a side of rye bread and smoked ham. So, the next time you find yourself in the Netherlands during the winter months, be sure to seek out a bowl of erwtensoep. Now let's talk about a food that needs no introduction, fries. But in the Netherlands, fries aren't just a side dish, they're a culinary institution, a blank canvas upon which a world of flavor combinations can be created. Forget those skinny, pale imitations you might find elsewhere. Dutch fries, or patat as they're known locally, are a thing of beauty, thick-cut, golden brown and fried to crispy perfection. But the real secret to Dutch fries lies in the sauces. While ketchup and mayonnaise might be the go-to choices in other parts of the world, the Dutch take their fry condiments to a whole new level. From the classic patatje oorlog, fries with peanut sauce, mayonnaise and onions, to the more adventurous joppy sauce, a curry ketchup concoction, there's a sauce for every taste and preference. The Dutch are serious about their fries, and rightly so. These aren't just your average fast food fare, they're a culinary experience, a celebration of flavor and texture that is not to be missed. So, the next time you find yourself in the Netherlands, be sure to seek out a frituur, a Dutch fry shop, and order a generous portion of patat with your choice of sauces. The Netherlands, my friends, is a land where cheese flows like wine, where Gouda and Edam are more than just words on a cheese board. They're a way of life. Yes, we're talking about kaas, the Dutch word for cheese, and a subject that could fill an entire series of videos. For centuries, the Dutch have been masters of cheese-making, transforming humble cow's milk into a dazzling array of textures and flavors. From the mild and nutty Gouda, perfect for sandwiches or a simple cheese board, to the firm and slightly salty Edam, often enjoyed with fruit or crackers, there's a Dutch cheese for every palate. But the world of Dutch cheese extends far beyond these two stalwarts. There's the creamy and buttery Beemster, aged for months to develop its rich flavor. The crumbly and pungent Bluefort, shot through with veins of blue mold, and the tangy and slightly sweet Maasdammer with its distinctive large holes. Cheese is more than just a food in the Netherlands, it's an integral part of their culture and history. For centuries, cheese markets have been a central part of Dutch life, bringing communities together to trade, socialise, and of course indulge in their shared love of cheese. So, the next time you find yourself in the Netherlands, be sure to explore the wonderful world of Dutch cheese. As the year draws to a close and the festive spirit fills the air, the Dutch turn to a special treat to celebrate the arrival of the new year, Olabelan, or Dutch donuts. These aren't your average run-of-the-mill donuts, though. Oh no, these are deep-fried balls of dough, studded with raisins and currants, and dusted with a generous layer of powdered sugar. The aroma of Olabelan fills the streets of Dutch towns and cities in the days leading up to New Year's Eve, a siren song that is impossible to resist. You'll find them sold from street vendors, their carts piled high with these golden brown treats. The history of Olabelan dates back centuries, to a time when the Dutch people believed that eating these fried dough balls would appease the gods and ensure a bountiful harvest in the coming year. Today, while the superstition may have faded, the tradition of enjoying Olabelan on New Year's Eve remains strong. It's a time for families and friends to gather, share stories, and indulge in these sweet treats as they ring in the new year. Now, let's embark on a culinary journey to Indonesia without ever leaving the Netherlands. I'm talking about Rustafel, a Dutch-Indonesian feast that is as visually stunning as it is delicious. The word Rustafel literally translates to rice table, and that's precisely what it is, a lavish spread of small dishes all centered around a generous portion of steamed white rice. Imagine, if you will, a table laden with platters of fragrant curries, spicy sambals, tender satés, crispy spring rolls, and a rainbow of other Indonesian delicacies, each one more tempting than the last. The origins of Rustafel can be traced back to the Dutch colonial period, when the Netherlands ruled over Indonesia. Dutch colonists, seeking to recreate the flavors of their homeland, began incorporating Indonesian spices and ingredients into their cooking. Over time, this fusion of culinary traditions gave rise to Rustafel, a unique and delicious testament to the cultural exchange between the Netherlands and Indonesia. Eating a Rustafel is an adventure for the senses. Now, for our final culinary adventure, we're going to delve into the world of Dutch licorice, or drop, as it's known locally. Now, I know what you're thinking. Licorice? Isn't that the black, chewy candy that people either love or hate? Well, in the Netherlands, licorice is more than just a candy. It's a national obsession, a flavor that permeates everything from sweets and snacks to cheese and even beer. Dutch licorice comes in a dizzying array of shapes, sizes, and flavors. There's the classic sweet licorice flavored with molasses and anise. The salty licorice, often flavored with salmiak, which has a distinctive salty aniseed flavor. And the double salt licorice, which is not for the faint of heart. One of the things that makes Dutch licorice so unique is its texture. It can range from soft and chewy to hard and brittle, and everything in between. The Dutch love affair with licorice is a bit of a mystery to outsiders, but there's no denying the passion that they have for this polarizing candy. So there you have it, my friends. A whirlwind tour of 10 iconic foods that will tantalize your taste buds and leave you craving more. If this culinary adventure through the Netherlands has inspired you, I urge you to pack your bags, book that flight, and experience the real deal for yourselves. But before you dash off to the airport, be a love and give this video a hearty thumbs up. Until next time, happy travels and eat smaak. For those who have a taste for the finer things in life, like truly effervescent wall decor, browse Belliarti's canvas art selection now to see the most heart-capturing art of this generation. Choose from the best collection available online to set the desired vibe in each room. This highly sought-after art collection is selling out fast, as some describe it as made of masterpieces. Whether for your home or office, Belliarti has exactly what you're looking for. Aerial views that take your breath away, nature scenes that warm the heart, cityscapes that recall all of the good times. Never be typical, be beautiful. Belliarti.